Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do now? Okay, we just started the recording. So now this recording is going to give you this recording will be sent to you after that session. Okay. So I hope you guys are able to see my screen. Okay, good, perfect. Okay, so now let's start. First of all, we're going to be working with right now. The carrier is TELUS. Okay, the Canadian market is divided by three carriers, three major carriers. There's Rogers, there's TELUS, and there's Bell Canada. TELUS is and Bell share the same wireless network. Okay, I know that sounds funny, but they're like competitors, but we share the same infrastructure for wireless for mobility. So they have the same powers. The 3G network or 4G network is TELUS and Bell operated. Okay, but despite their competitor, but they share the same footprint, the same network. So if someone tells you that TELUS has better coverage than Bell or Bell has better coverage than TELUS, they don't know what they're saying because it's the same network. Okay? Only Rogers' his network is different. Okay? TELUS and Bell are two what we call ILEC. ILEC stands for Incumbent Local Exchange Carrier, which means they are national carriers. They're carriers with given territory in Canada, their own territory. So anytime a carrier wants to come in these territories and sell a service, they have to go to TELUS or Bell in their respective territory and rent the footprint and resell whatever telecommunication services. And these carriers usually are called competitive local exchange carriers, CLEC. Like Rogers is a CLEC. So when Rogers wants to sell some internet service or phone line, they have to go through TELUS in its territory, and they have to go through Bell in its own territory. Now, how it's divided? It's very simple. Okay, the west part of Canada, which we call the Pacific part, is owned and controlled by TELUS. That includes Alberta and British Columbia. And for Bell, on the east part, which we call the Atlantic, from Ontario all the way to the Prince Edward Island, the Maritimes, is controlled by Bell. Saskatchewan now just got in bed with TELUS as well. Okay, now there's only Manitoba who's not participating or working with any of the major carriers in the country, but it will join soon. Okay, the Canadian market is a very volatile market. There's a lot of problems in this market, and if you want to know more about these problems, I will invite you to go to the STP Canada website to see the problems I'm referring to. Okay, you can see here this person. He's the head of the CRTC of the Canadian Communication and Radio and Television, which so basically they're the people who regulate telecommunication. And you can see some different scenarios, different problems. What is wrong in the country? Okay, so here there's a map here that gives you again another quick overview of how the market is divided. You see the west part here, and then the Atlantic part green. All this Atlantic, this is all Bell control. You see, and here this all TELUS. Okay, Manitoba will join soon, so the party will go on the TELUS as well. Okay, so again, this is a very good map for reference. I strongly suggest you go check out this map anytime you want to know about how the market is divided in Canada. Here up north, this is there's no real. These guys usually they have some smaller carriers who have a footprint in those areas. These are the coal areas in Canada. There is carriers, but it's very specific. It's not the coverage is not as good as those territories here. And even that, the coverage is not that good in those territories. Okay, you have to understand, Canada is a very big country. It's The second largest, I think it's the first largest, the biggest country in the world right now. I'm always confusing Russia, USSR, and I forget about the fact that well, Russia is no longer USSR. But so Canada is the largest country in the world. Okay, so there's a lot of gaps in communication, and especially the market penetration is very weak. And that is not something that has to do with the size of the country. It really has to do with the telecommunication companies who are not moving fast enough and offering people the best services possible. There's many reasons why they're like that. They're making, first of all, they're making a lot of money. Okay, then they own the market. They're protected. Outsiders can't come in and compete with them. They've done a lot of things. They manipulated a lot of rules, a lot of laws for them to be able to get away with everything they're getting away with. But I'm not going to go over that today. This is not what the purpose is of this class. This class is really for TELUS, how to sell TELUS. And afterwards, we will teach you about more important situation in the country in order for you to sell Bell and Rogers as well. Okay, so now let's go back to TELUS. Well, it is a TELUS website. Okay, TELUS they have about 8 million subscribers, cell phone subscribers in Canada who are subscribed to TELUS. Well, now when you get on the website, the first thing you have to choose is which province you'll be calling. These are all the provinces in Canada. Which province will you be calling? Okay, as you can see, there's 13 provinces here. So now let's say that you're calling in Ontario, which is the most populous province in the country. There's Ontario, and then afterwards there's Quebec, and then there's BC. Okay, so Ontario. Okay, one thing that you have to understand is that every day there is changes in the phones and the devices. That's very important because you have to understand your goal here is to always offer the cheapest device to your customer, what is at $0. Whatever is a hot deal is what you want to offer to your customers. You don't want to offer to your customers anything that costs money, because you're going to have to ask them for a credit card, and you don't want to have to ask them that question, because if you do, it may get in the way of you closing your deal. So what you will offer to your customer is always the hottest deals. So first of all, you go here, you'll go where it says mobile phones. Okay, and from here you'll see, let's go to smartphones first. Okay, and you'll see all the costs of the phones, and you have to have that open every day in your CRM. That's a very important page. You need to know what are the hottest deals right now for cell phone, in order for you to know what you're going to offer to your customer today. You're free to choose what you're going to offer to your customer. It's up to you to choose. Okay. So here you take, for example, the Nokia Lumia 620 is at $0. That's an excellent phone. Okay. You decide this is going to be the star phone you're going to offer today. That's the star you will promote to your customers on the phone. So when you tell your customer, you tell them about the plan, about the $400 credit, money they're getting to switch to TELUS. Tell them that on top of that, I'll give you a free phone, the Nokia Lumia 620 at $0. Okay? And you got also the Samsung Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy Ace Q, BlackBerry Curve. There's a lot of phone at $0 there. You have the choice to choose. Now, a wise thing for you to do, when you're talking to your customer, you have to ask your customer, for example, Miss Customer, what phone are you using right now? Because if the customer tells you he's on a BlackBerry, well, 90% of the chances is that this customer is not going to leave BlackBerry, because she's used to BlackBerry. She's not going to go and get another phone. She's used to the BlackBerry operating system. So you ask her, what kind of BlackBerry you have? I got a BlackBerry Curve. You know what? Good news. Actually, I got a BlackBerry right now. BlackBerry Curve 9320, $0. Plus, I'll give you $400 per line for you switching to TELUS. So if you got 5 lines times $400, you get $2,000 from TELUS. Plus free devices. Plus 5 free BlackBerry Curve 9320. I'm going to go over the $400. You guys already saw that in the script, but I'm going to go over it again. Okay? So, this is what you do. Okay? It's very important. Now, if the customer tells you, well, I don't want a BlackBerry, I want an iPhone. Then you go, okay, fine. Then you go to the iPhone section, because Apple have their own section. Believe it or not, it's like they're the king of phones. Okay, so iPhone 5, that's the most recent phone. Naturally, that's the phone you're going to offer. You're not going to go offer the iPhone 4. I know in your market in India, many people, okay, they're excited about the iPhone 4. Okay, and you got some people on the iPhone 5, but you got most people will be happy with the iPhone 4. But here, the people here, they want what's more, the most recent. They want the iPhone 5. So don't even offer the iPhone 4. Okay, if you can ask you for it, sure, go ahead, but stick to the iPhone 5. Okay, now you see the prices here: iPhone 5, 64, $279, iPhone 5, $229. Here, iPhone 5, 18 gig, $79. That's refurbished. Okay, don't push those ones as well, because there can be problems. And then after that, the customer has a problem, and the customer is going to be judging you and say it's your fault. In the future, when you're going to call him trying to sell him other lines or other telecom solutions and services, customer may pissed off at you, say they don't want to deal with you at all. Then there you are, you lost a customer. Okay, so then you can say nothing else. So here, you have iPhone 5, 18 gig, $179. There you go. They said, but if you want that, you're going to have to give me a credit card because there's a cost to it. And the customer won't have a problem, because by then, the customer already trusts you. You already spoke to you. You already proved to him that you know what you're talking about. You already proved to him that you are who you are. That you're for real. Then the customer knows, hey, this person is good, this is solid. Yes, sure, I'll give my credit card. Because I'm the one who asked for the iPhone because she offered me a free phone, but me, I chose the iPhone 5 instead. So I'm going to pay only $79. Now, before we go back to the $400 credit, because I know this is what's getting you guys very excited here, because it is exciting. It is exciting. I understand that. Giving $400 to per line to switch to a provider, it's a very big deal. Okay, so TELUS is being very aggressive right now to get customers to switch to them. So I can understand that you guys are excited to sell TELUS. Okay, I will too. Okay, but before I go to $400, let me go over the other hardware in question here. Okay, so there is the normal phones, the voice phones. Okay, the 2G and 2.5G. 2G and 2.5G, this is in 1999 stuff. This is 1995. This is very old technology. Okay? That's very old technology. So you guys need to understand that if a customer insists that what he wants is a voice phone, and voice phones, for those who don't know, are phones that you talk and you send SMS. That's all. That's all they can do. You have to tell the customer by 2015, the 2G, 2.5G network is not going to exist anymore. It's going to become obsolete. So you have a responsibility to educate your customer. Let him know as well, using a voice phone, he's not going to get better coverage, sound quality, everything. A smartphone, this is the way to go. And you save money with a smartphone, because you can program your phone to do certain things that you don't want, that you want to deal with. Like, for example, letting you know when you're in a roaming area, a roaming territory. Your smartphone can tell you. Your smartphone can do Wi-Fi. When you're in the airport, you have free talk time on the airport because you're on Wi-Fi. You can do a long distance for free. Pay ridiculous low rates. Sometimes you don't pay nothing to call anywhere. Like, for example, you guys in India, and you guys already know that because you guys are pretty much advanced in the telecommunication world. People make IP calls from US to India and India to US. They don't pay nothing using the cell phone. Okay, so these are the things that you have to educate your customer, because most people who want voice phones, they have no idea about this stuff. They don't know they can make long distance, not pay a cent. They don't know they can use their phone and not paying anything or using a Wi-Fi network. They don't know that they can program their phones to do things that they don't want to deal with. For example, I don't want that ex-boyfriend to call me, so I just block his number. I don't want my mother to call me when I'm with my new girlfriend. There's all kind of things that you can do with a smartphone that you cannot do with a voice phone. it's really up to you guys, okay, to make sure that you explain that to your customer and you educate them. And most of all, tell them by 2015 the technology is gonna die. So your phone will be obsolete. Right now, you're losing signals in many instances, you're losing signals when you go some places. The customer says, you know, it never happens to me. You tell the customer, well, you must be going a lot of places then, because it's a fact. These are using a lower grade, or lower generation. So the reception of the phone is not the same as a 4G phone, for a 4th generation phone. Okay. So now let's go back to the plan that you guys are going to be selling, the offer. Okay, and that we will go over the actual the $400. Now what you're seeing here, this is potential. This is where you would enter your sales. But I'm not going to go over that with you guys because this is only this is on the next class. I will teach you on how to do that. Okay. The most important thing today is for you guys to understand what your offer is and what you have to do and how to choose a device to give to your customer. So once this is your CRM. This is a secret place. This is where everything is at. Everything, even your, if you go to more on our site and then you click here, here's the STP Canada website. It's right there in front of you. Okay, everything is there. Everything is there. Okay, all the news are there. So you don't need to have multiple windows open on your screen. You see, you don't have to. Okay. You can then you go to TELUS site. You can go here, TELUS Mobility, and boom. Then you choose your region. Let's go back to Ontario. You see, everything is there from your CRM. Everything. Okay. So you keep that and you do everything. That's why you will also enter sales on that same CRM. Opportunities here where we were earlier. That's where you're going to enter sales. And see, there's a lot of them here. Okay. So after that, where we were. Okay, let's go back to the plans. So where you're going to see offers, well, you have to go on the documents. Documents where you will see, you'll download all the plans, the new stuff, things that are related to whatever carrier you're going to be representing. Remember, this network represents over 100 telecommunication carriers in the world. Now, you guys are only starting with one, which is TELUS. Okay, so then you go down here, you see here, TELUS. There you go. TELUS, then you choose which plan. Naturally, someone here who's going to guide you and tell you exactly which plan to sell, because plans changes every month, every 2 or 3 weeks they change. Okay, so you would always go for what's the most recent date. Okay, for example, you go here, Doc 335. Then you download it. Okay, that's on April 11. That's the latest one. Then you click here. Then you opens up. Then boom, there it is. This is your TELUS offer available right now until you see another one from me. Okay, so this is only like 2 weeks old. Okay, so now it's very important that you go over this thing and you read and you understand what you offer. Okay, because it's very easy to read. If you have any questions, you can always send me your questions after the meeting. So it's where I will answer your questions. Now everybody's on mute right now in order for me not to get any interruption. But if you have any questions afterwards, you can send them to me and I will reply to all your questions. But you have to today go and read this. Go over this, understand the plan. Go in the CRM and pick up the plan. You see? Now, the SMB promotion activation path. Well, activation path is not really you guys who's activating the device, but you need to understand what the path is. You need to understand the system, how it works, so you can become experts. It's by you showing expertise, the customer will trust you, the customer will deal with you. The customer feels that you're lost, you have no idea what you're talking about, the customer won't buy nothing from you. Here's the famous $400 credit here, the porting credit. Porting credit means that I'm porting your number from another carrier to me. In this case, I'm porting your number from Bell or Rogers to TELUS. If it's a new line, if it's someone who's with TELUS who wants a new line, the $400 is not applicable to them. If it's someone who I don't know, who never had a cell phone, the first time in their life they have a cell phone, which I don't know, I don't know who don't have a cell phone. Okay, but if yes, that person never had a cell phone in their life, and the first time they have a cell phone, they're not going to get the $400. The $400 is when you leave another carrier to come to TELUS, plain and simple. So when you talk with your customer, you call names. You say, if you leave Bell, TELUS will give you $400. If you leave Rogers, TELUS will give you $400. Call the names. If you call in Quebec, you know it's Bell Canada territory because the head office of Bell is in Canada and is in Montreal, Quebec. The head office of TELUS is in Vancouver, British Columbia, in the Pacific side of Canada. So if you call in Quebec, Montreal, then you know this is Bell territory. So when you call customer, say, if you leave Bell, TELUS will give you $400. Customer says, yeah, I'm not with Bell. Who are you with? I'm with Fido. No problem. Fido as well. We'll give you $400. I'm not talking with Rogers. Fine. Bell will give you $400. I'm with Video tomorrow. Fine. Bell will give you $400. I'm with Québécois. Fine. Bell will give you $400. Okay? Bell will give you $400. TELUS will give you $400. Doesn't matter. Now here, this is with the voice phones. Again, I discourage you, don't try to sell that. But you got some people who are stubborn. You need to tell them the network's going to die in 2015. If you really tell them the coverage sucks, you need to tell them they're going to save money, they don't want to hear the stubborn, they just want a voice phone. Then what you're going to do, you can't beat the horse. If they don't want to hear, they don't want to hear. So what you do in this case, you say, okay, fine. Then what you will get, you tell a customer you'll get $100 porting credit from TELUS for you leaving your 2G phones with Bell to come TELUS, we give you $100 each. Now here, for data plans for tablets, well, data plans, as you know, a tablet, without data plan, a tablet don't work. Okay? So what you need for a tablet, you need a data plan. There is no credit for that. And also an internet sticks to stick it on your laptop to get internet access. There's no credit for that. Okay? Now, like I said earlier, this is promotional hardware pricing. But understand one thing. This thing changes all the time. That's why they say it's subject to change. So do not look at this document to make an assessment on what's the deal with the hardware right now. What's the price, the cost on the hardware right now? Because you're wasting your time and you could put yourself in trouble with your customer. Always have your page open. Okay, when you see I'm open here, okay, if you go to more, you go to our sites, okay, and you click here on TELUS, okay, and your, once again, let's go over to TELUS mobility price, boom, there it is, it's always there, it's always there. Always look here to assess, to see which phones are on special, what's the deal with the phone today. It changes all the time. So don't look at the document now. Good. All right. Just want to make sure. Because I got some people who are making a mistake all the time. Okay? So, now, as I said, don't look at this. Now there's some promotion here. Okay, here. Team share tablets, mobile high speed. This is a pool, like a team share, okay, like minimum 2 people who are using one plan and are sharing the minutes or the gigabyte, whatever the size of the data you're getting. Okay? Promotional plans, team share and team share Excel. Again, this is again another pool, it's a team share plan, minimum of 2 subscribers per account. And if they get this one, $25. Okay, and here they got like unlimited minutes, so there's nothing to worry about that. And so they have nothing to worry about the minutes getting overage because it's unlimited. Okay, and share data, for example, here 1 gigabyte, 2 gigabyte. So since it's two of them, so the 75 times 2, we're $150 because it's two people, and here they're getting 3 gigs per account. So in reality, it will be 3 gigs times 2, that's 6 gigs. So it means that these two people are sharing 6 gigs of data. So if 1 month, one person uses more data than the other, and the other one uses less data, you can just piggyback on each partner's data, so it's really never have to pay overage. Because overage can be very expensive. It can be 20 cents a meg, 25 cents, it depends. And that can be expensive. So what a team share does for you, or pool or share plan does for you, however you call it, because all the carriers call it differently. You guys, TELUS call it team share, British Telecom call it pool, AT&T call it share plan, whatever. It's all the same. What it does, it protects you for overage, for penalties. That's what it does for you. Okay? This is a very popular plan. This is the start plan you're going to offer. $85, $75. These are very good. Here's the voice here. That's the voice plan. As you can see, there's no data here. There's no data on this one. Okay? And you see, it's not unlimited. Minutes is on 250. Minutes here is 700 minutes. And this is a smart one. These are the two that are not smart phones. This from 55 to 85, these are smartphones. You see, there's a 1 gig there. A smartphone is a phone that comes with voice and data. Data, we can call it Internet. Okay? And here you can see these are free included features. And here you can see the $400 credit here, $80. They're going to give you for 5 months. Times 5, $400. So they're going to spread the $400 with 5 months. Just to make sure the customer does not get the $400 and leave a month after. You understand? So they spread it out for the next 5 months. Now, let's go back here. Let's say the customer told you they wanted the iPhone 5. The iPhone is only $79. Technically, the customer will be getting the iPhone 5 for free because they're getting $400 credit. You see? So, it's technically, even the iPhone will be for free. Also, if the customer right now, he has a bill, he's paying, I don't know, $250 a month right now for his 2 phones. Okay? Now he's getting this promotion at $75 times 2, which is $150. You just saved him $75 a month. Okay? Plus, because he's getting $400 times 2, which is $800 credit. So it's basically, it's like, okay, is $150 he's paying every month. It's like, okay, you would be paying like nothing for a couple of months, for a few months. You have to once, because it's 2 people, so 80 times 2 is 160, and he's paying $150 for the 2 phones. So basically, the customer is paying nothing for 4 months, free for 4 months. You have no bills for 4 months. These are the tricks you guys can use in order to make your sale. Tell the customer, listen, you're getting $400, your bill is this right now, with me your bill is that, I'm saving you this, plus, because your bill is that, you're going to get $400, and with that, you got 2 lines, you get $800, it's like you're not going to be paying for 4 months. You have no bill for 4 months. Also, cancellation. A lot of times you can get customers going to tell you, yes, I want your plan, but if I leave Bell or if I leave Rogers, I'm going to end up paying a cancellation fee. Well, tell them this is why we're giving you $400 a line, so you can put it against your cancellation fee. These are the tricks you can use to really appease the customer in order to close the deal. And there's way more ways in closing that we will teach you in the near future. Okay, so now you got 50% discount team share on long distance add-ons. Well, today, who's going to make some discounts on your cell phone? It's not very wise to do that because it's way too expensive. There's many technologies out there that you can use to do unlimited calls all over the world and then not pay a dime. That's when you pay for your data, but you still will be paying like 10% of what you'd be paying normally, even less. Okay, but in case some people are obstinate, they don't want to hear, then these are the promotional deals here. what there is for every add-ons. So please read that, it's very important. Okay? Also plan cost assured. Cost assured means like assured cost. Like you're not gonna go over that. If you go over that, then we're gonna bounce you to another one. Like for example, here, you get 250 minutes, $55 plus you pay $15 extra for 40 minutes. It will bounce you back automatically on every time you go over the amount of minutes. Then it will bounce you back to the next one. That's very simple. You can read that. It's not very hard to understand. TELUS has a very clear portfolio here for you guys to understand what they're talking about. SMB closing kit feature closer. Well, these are features that customers may want on their phone. Why? Because everybody who have a cell phone right now, let's say the customers with Bell, everybody has features on their phones. It's your responsibility to know what are the features you have right now, because I don't want you to miss out. I want to make sure I give you the same feature that you have right now. The customer will tell you the features they have. At any rate, you will send an email to your customer. The customer will get the email, the customer will review the proposal before he accepts it. And that's what you want to do with a business customer. You don't want to have any confusion with them. Because the moment you mess up with that customer, in 2, 3, 6 months, a year from now, the customer doesn't want to deal with you anymore because you're going to say you lied to him. Send them stuff in email to see it first. Once they see the email, they like it, then they'll tell you, yes, great, I love this, go on, put me down for it. Then you know you're clear. Conscience is clear. Customer cannot come back at you. Because in business, it's not people who live day to day who makes money. It's people who maintain long-term rapport relationship that makes money in business. I know a lot of customers don't understand this. They think that, oh, I'm making money today, I'm making sales today, I'm making sales tomorrow, I'm making sales today. That's not how it is. You can have one customer a month, and yet your money grows all the time, only because you maintain that customer and you have a recurring revenue with that customer. Sadly, TELUS don't give recurring revenue, but other providers that we offer in this network all give recurring revenue, which I don't want to go into that because we have a graph which could show you how important recurring revenue is and how much financially good it is for anyone who's getting recurring revenue. How interesting it is. But it's not important right now. What's important right now is for you to understand long-term relationship is key. And if you can practice that and do that right, we will move you to carriers who give recurring revenue. Because we will see that you guys are doing a good job already with a carrier who don't give recurring revenue. Most carriers in Canada don't give recurring revenue, plain and simple. Canadians they don't understand yet. They haven't got the message. The way to make money in this business is to have good resellers, a good reseller channel. They don't get that yet. It's not like the United States or England. Hopefully they'll get it soon. Okay, so you see reporting credit, again, it's talking about the same thing again. It's first of all, the reporting credit, it's always on a 3-year term. Because I know on the website, you're going to go on the website, you're going to see 2-year term for cell phone for such and such price. Yeah, that's related to the cell phone for other plans. But these plans here are very special plans. So for you to get reporting credit, you have to be on a 2-year term. Don't worry about that case. They're used to pay for 3 years. They're used to that. It's not like the United States. They're used to that. Okay? So it's not going to be an issue for you guys. They're used to, it's part of their culture here to get locked up in their contract to be prisoners for 3 years. This is their culture. Okay? So the phone, if you see 2 years on the website, it is still 3 years. Now, why I say this is special? Because you need to understand, if a person walks the street and goes to a TELUS store and try to get these plans here that I'm showing you now, they won't get it. A TELUS store don't know about that. This is a very specific division made for SMB, small, medium-sized businesses. What you're going to be doing is very unique. You are alone doing what you're doing right now. Okay? In this network. Okay? So basically, in the TELUS network, there's nobody doing that but that division, the SMB division. So this deal, don't think the customer can go behind you and go to a store and get the deal. You spoke with the customer, chances are this customer is yours. It's not still yours. Okay? And so again, read that. So read that is very important. If you have questions, please ask me at the end of the day. Yeah, voice shareable. Okay, that's US shared roaming. Roaming can be very expensive, can be crazy. It's very important to have something like that. If a customer tells you, hey, listen, this weekend I'm going to the United States. I want a roaming plan so I can protect myself and not get screwed. You tell the customer you were very, very wise. Here's a voice plan. Someone has a voice phone. Usually someone with a voice phone won't know about that. But someone with a smartphone here, okay, will know that. Text and data, that's for smartphones. So then, okay, that person, you give him this plan here, you give him one of the plans and you make sure that they get that, it's activated before they go to the United States. This way they will not get a heart attack when they come back from the United States. If they don't get one while they're there. Okay? So, let's go to share roaming options. Options there, the small option. Read it, very simple. If you have questions, ask me at the end of the day. Passport US, all in one. There it is, more. Okay, Passport US, voice US, for voice phones. Okay, we're going to move on from that. Data, SMS. Okay, international zones. For example, you guys are in India. How are you going to decide, how are you going to know which plan to offer to a customer? If the customer, for example, is he says, hey, listen, I have a girlfriend in India, I want to call her all the time, and this is that, I want to talk to her, and she wants to call me back and forth. Okay, well, then fine. Then you go here, you go on, let's check out Eurasia. You see, okay, India, right here. Okay, India. Then you go here on the zone, it's on the zone 2. Zone 2, there it is. This is the cost. But then, okay, but then again, why do that? In the future, but you guys don't have the knowledge, you guys don't know about all the solutions that the network offers. So, but in the future, once we teach you that, you will understand why I say that. Why would someone buy a long distance plan with all the technologies going on out there? Okay, but we'll teach you that. But for now, let's say you got someone tomorrow, you start making calls, and someone asks you that question, and you know exactly what to do. You know exactly what to offer them. And this is what you want. You want to have an answer to any question the customer asks of you. Again, if you don't know something, you can tell the customer, hey, hold on a second, let me find out. It's wise to say sometimes, hey, I don't know, let me ask. Don't pretend if you know something when you don't know. Please. Don't do that. Okay, here, international, individual. Okay, that's for more. Okay, and voice, data, SMS. And eligibility summary, that's very important. The eligibility summary, you have to know that by heart. Don't bring a person to a customer that is not eligible for it. Okay? It's always minimum 2 lines. Always. It's always for people who are leaving Bell, Rogers, Videotron, Fido, Virgin, any other carrier in Canada. But like I said earlier, if you're in a region where the carrier is very popular, you will mention them by name. For the instruction, again, that's not up to you guys. This is people who are doing TELUS will do the activation, but it's good for you to know. So the customer knows that you know what you're talking about. You're an expert. You're a consultant, not a telemarketer. That's what you are. Don't treat yourself like you are telemarketers, people. You guys are consultants. You're helping the customer save money, and trust me, it's a very big rarity in Canada. They're not used to that. Some customers will even think this is too good to be true. There must be a scheme. There must be a trick. Something is wrong. People are not used to that. They're not used to someone to call them, try to help them. The carriers in Canada just don't do that for them. Okay? And last thing. On the website, on the STP Canada website, okay, like I said, what you guys need to do right now, okay, you need to always get your CRM open on that section and like on my site, where you can see all the new stuff that goes on, okay, and also, please go to project 1, okay, and here there is no information for you guys to read. the problems in Canada, what's going on in Canada, what is wrong in Canada, the lawsuits against the telecommunication providers, the wrong that they do to people. You need to see what's going on. You need to see there's some horror stories there. You guys will be shocked. But you need to use that in your own advantage in order to sell more. To sell more. Read those things. Don't come here and think that I'm just going to watch that and read my script and do this and do that. No, you're going to be talking with business people who are busy people. So if you're going to take 5 minutes from a business person and he's going to listen to you, you better have something good to offer him because you have a reason to sit there and listen to you because you don't know what you're talking about. Here, for example, Canada Telecom Giants faces 18 billion class action lawsuit over system access fee. This is some fraud, something wrong that the telecom providers are doing. TELUS, Bell, Rogers, and all that. You need to know about that. I know that it's shocking. You're selling TELUS and then doing that. Well, these are the telecommunication providers in that country. You cannot not sell them. People have to use them. All people can do is to complain and change the rules, okay? And in this way to make it more a fair market for the public. That's all you can do. Okay? So please go read these articles. That's very important because in the future, when you start selling all the providers and swapping them left and right, you need to know what's going on in Canada, what is wrong with the market, why should the customer listen to you. And same thing too for the United States, same thing too for Europe, because we work with all the providers in all the major continents. Okay? So again, I think that we're pretty good today. We're pretty good today. If you have any questions, okay, please just write them down, send me an email, and I'll answer all of your questions, okay? And good luck. Thank you. Goodbye.